Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. So kalau can turn on your camera also can, turn off camera also can. It's up to you. So let's get started lah. Ha? Okay, is WhatsApp safe? This is our topic for today webinar. WhatsApp safe. I think everyone makai je WhatsApp and masa ni for communicating with each other. Even home based learning pun masa ni makai this web application je, this WhatsApp application. Just an introduction of WhatsApp. WhatsApp ini is a free mobile app and instant messaging app, which is owned by Facebook in 2019. It's actually launched sebenarnya with WhatsApp ini wujud in 2009. Ya, in 2009 sudah ada. Tapi Facebook membeli this WhatsApp app ini in 2014. So in order for this app ini to run, it needs internet connection, which is Wi-Fi connection or data, in order to send encrypted videos, voice calls, and text messages around the world. So today, WhatsApp is one of the most popular apps sebenarnya, with more than 2 billion users sudah yang memakai this application, which is globally used. With this app, it has become much more easier for any ethical mengambil kesempatan sebenarnya to pretend to be anything dorang maulah. So kita ni pun sometimes receive juga message yang viral atau and then ada yang fake messages, spam, kan men-scam orang. It is important that any communications that come your way might not be what they seem. Okay. So just be careful lah memakai WhatsApp-an ya. So untuk menjawab is WhatsApp safe ni pun it's not entirely safe lah actually. Okay. Okay. As a token of appreciation, there will be one lucky draw gift ya sebenarnya which is eligible for participants yang stay with me for the whole duration. And then the draw will be conducted at the end of this month, and winner will be contacted. Don't worry, kalau bis kita is the winner of the lucky draw, you will be contacted directly and through our social media juga. Okay? Okay, introduce myself. My name Khadijah Ismail, and I'm one of the security awareness trainer in Bursata. Actually, any reported cases yang to Bruset atau yang kena email to us, we are the one yang entertain this emailnya. And then I'm one of the security analyst juga in Bruset. So anything kalau ada cyber incident happen, kami yang turun and we analyze the incident ini. Okay. So these are our facilitators for today. Okay, before that, if you have any question, you can ask directly our question and answer chat ada di sana. Throughout my session ini, you can throw questions lah. This facilitator will answer your question, insyaAllah. We have Farid Aziz as our lead trainer. And we also have Nomi Pawi, Ida Frida, and Izwana Ayub. So they will be answering your questions. So anything questions, just post our question and answer session. Okay, an introduction of, moving on, a short introduction of CSB. CSB stands for Cybersecurity Brunei. Actually, His Majesty consented to the establishment of Cybersecurity Brunei as the National Cybersecurity Agency for Brunei Darussalam, which actually began operation last year in 1st August 2020. And then CSB offers these three core services, which is Bruset, which is our team yang kalau ada cyber incident, we turun and then we extract logs and analyze and investigate. And we also have our another team, which is called National Digital Forensics Lab, NDFL. If we have any hard disk yang to be apa namanya, kalau terdelay and you want to get back the file satu, you can contact our NDFL kah. Tapi ada charge pelang kalau for public, but just try lah ha. We have these services lah for your informations, and we also have Cyber Watch Center is for monitoring network traffic for government sector. So one of our interests to increase public awareness sebenarnya, this is one of it. We raise awareness on cybersecurity incident and cybersecurity through webinar. We conduct juga physical awareness training di sekolah, government sector and also private sector. So this is our agenda for today. I'm going to show you the statistics juga Darussalam, and also encryption, just a brief one, and the privacy settings are WhatsApp, web stalker, unwanted messages, block and report, group chat, what you should do and don't if you have a group chat, and then what you should report to BRUSET, and question and answer session. Okay, before I show the statistics in Darussalam, I want Biskita menjawab. I have a poll for you lah, for you to answer. Izwana, can you share the number 1 poll? Okay. Do you use WhatsApp? Just tick yes or no. You have 40 seconds to answer pelang actually nya. Tapi if everyone sudah participate to answer, then we will share the result terus. Okay. Okay, you see the result sudah kan di sana? It's 100% use WhatsApp masa ni. So everyone makai WhatsApp masa ni for communicating. Even macam home based learning, SSA home based learning, kita ni working from home ni pun we use juga WhatsApp ni. Okay? Okay, moving on. Okay. This statistics we dapat dari aiti.gov.bn. Actually, the top messaging applications, these are the 3 top messaging application: WhatsApp, Telegram, and WeChat. So based on this, tetap jauh WhatsApp paling tinggi ya. This statistic taken in 2019, it's 94.6% now WhatsApp tinggal 6% lagi tu. So actually-nya everyone makai WhatsApp lah. Kanak-kanak pun masa ni pandai jua chatting jua through WhatsApp ni. Bercerita sama kawan apa. And then we also have Telegram jua, tapi not so pulang Telegram, tapi mostly-nya Telegram is used for work pulang selalunya. And we also have WeChat. WeChat still orang Brunei pun makai jua WeChat ni for communicating actually Okay. Okay, this one, BRUSET has conducted last time. BRUSET has conducted a survey. Actually, ada kena agih-agihkan to. I think ada juga some of this kita yang participant hari ini ada menjawab our survey kan. Survey working from home, which shows the result shows WhatsApp jo paling tinggi yang makai online platform for study and working from home. Yang kedua, Zoom. Okay, ada some teachers prefer pakai Zoom, ada yang suka pakai WhatsApp saja, and ada juga yang memakai Microsoft Teams. Kalau for government sector, maybe they prefer use Microsoft Teams, and then Outlook, YouTube, ada juga YouTube, Telegram, Google Classroom, banyak lagi lah application yang kena pakai. Tapi based on the result our survey last time, WhatsApp yang paling tinggi 91%. Okay, WhatsApp security advisories, WhatsApp team, WhatsApp bukan bullshitnya. WhatsApp team actually release security updates for WhatsApp from time to time actually-nya. From this timeline juga we can see yang the big red itu is considered severe lah which is high impact security updates yang high impact, and the medium size itu is actually yang low impact lah. Tapi walaupun although ya big impact ataupun lower impact itu we still have to update our WhatsApp juga kalau ada update. Okay? Every time kalau ada notification for WhatsApp update, we need to update lah pasalnya WhatsApp ini kadang-kadang diorang update the features, the security settings, ada bertambah-tambah kan from time to time. So we should follow the WhatsApp punya security updates-nya. You can go to whatsapp.com/security/advisories if you want to see the detail like Okay, for WhatsApp encryption, I have a poll for you also. Izwana, can you share the poll number 2, please? Do you know WhatsApp messages are encrypted? Yes or no? If you think you know the WhatsApp ini ada makai encrypt, so click yes. If no, tidak tahu, just say no. Okay. Okay, some of you jawab yes, they know the WhatsApp messages are encrypted. Ada yang indah. Yang indah ni maybe they don't kali nila, indah sure what is encrypted. Indah tahu, not familiar with the encrypt settings ara WhatsApp Okay. Okay, this is how end-to-end encryption works for WhatsApp. So end-to-end encryption ini is actually ensures you and the person you are communicating with sender and receiver ini saja yang dapat membaca what you send. Messages kah, recording suara tu kah, only you and the receiver saja yang dapat mendengar and baca what you send. Okay, that's encrypted. How end-to-end encryption works. Just ignore yang public key and private key ni. It's just that end-to-end encryption ni when you send your messages to someone, only the receiver tu saja yang dapat your message. Even orang lain yang you don't send your message tu, tidak dapat baca lah. They don't know what is your message tu lah. Okay. Okay, we have a video here. There's a video I want to share with you. If you want to test the encryption ni sekarang, you may try within your family members kah, with your friends kah. Okay. Kejap.
Now there's a really cool way to tell if messages between your friends and family really are actually private like they say and end-to-end encrypted. To do this, head on over to the chat you want to check and click on their profile section. Once in there, click on encryption, and this is where your friend's own unique encryption code will appear. So what happens then is if you click this scan code, your friend will show your encryption code, you scan it, then as you can see, this green tick appears, which means your chat is end-to-end encrypted. If, however, they show a different chat that is not yours, you will get this error message that says your friend has opened the wrong chat and needs to open up your chat. So if you ever wanted to see if your messages between friends and family really are end-to-end encrypted, now you know how.
So itu tadi if you want to test your encryption with your family members, you can try it. If you want to see whether your message address is encrypted from end to end. Okay. Okay, for WhatsApp privacy, before that, I want to know, Izwana, can you share the poll? Another poll. Okay, have you set your privacy settings for your WhatsApp? Yes, no, or I don't know. For those yang ada set your privacy settings, answer yes. Kalau anda tahu, maybe you can say I don't know. Kalau kali-kali you don't want to private your WhatsApp, just say no. You have 40 seconds to answer. Okay. Mostly-nya menjawab yes. You set your privacy settings. You set your privacy settings. Ada yang say no juga. Maybe they don't familiar with this privacy setting in all the features cara WhatsApp ni. Sometimes kita ni pun kadang-kadang memang memakai WhatsApp ni untuk asal saja kan, asal dapat communicate saja dengan orang. So ada some say, ada juga yang jawab I don't know juga about this privacy settings. Okay, don't worry, I will explain lepas ni how you can set your privacy settings. Okay, you can set your privacy settings. Kalau WhatsApp, you can go to settings, account, ada privacy setting di sana. So these are the things that you can limit lah your WhatsApp atau jangan jual semua. You want to enable it for everyone to see bah. Okay, so you can set the privacy of the following. Siapa yang who can read your last scene atau who can view your profile photo. Maybe you want to enable untuk only for your contact saja and your description yang about myself ada about. Maybe you can limit to my contact saja ataupun maybe ada option lain lah. It depends on you apa yang kita mau setkan lah to your privacy settings. And who can add you to groups also. Maybe kalau di sini only my contact saja boleh add you on the group. Kalau yang bukan your contacts, anda tak dapat add you to the groups. So you can limit this. And then who can view your WhatsApp status pun, yes, you can limit it. Kalau anda mau luan expose, you can pick siapa saja yang di sekitar maulah untuk memview your status. Okay, please enable your two-step verification juga for your WhatsApp. You can go to your settings and go to account and ini ada WhatsApp setting WhatsApp setting ada yang 3 dots itu and then go to settings and account and please click on the two-step verification. Okay, two-step verification ini is you want to add another layer of protection lah, another layer of security lah for your WhatsApp-nya by memakai PIN lagi. So anything only those with the PIN can access your account. So siapa yang ada your PIN number ni cannot access your WhatsApp ah. So make sure you don't share your PIN number ni with everyone lah. Okay? So kalau macam kita akan share with your anak, can, tapi maybe you can monitor lah juga. Because ada lagi takut ada kecuaian lah di sana. So you want to add another layer of security, maybe you can enable the two-step verification. And then view once features. These are the barunya feature baru for WhatsApp application. I think this year baru kena pakainya view once. And if you want to use this view once features, you can select the image. So if after you select the image, you can ada number 1 damit, ada icon number 1. You click on it, you enable it, and you send the photo. So only the receiver tu can only open it once. Okay, satu kali saja ia dapat buka. The second one tu tidak terdapat tu. So I think this is a good thing pula the features ni, supaya kalau kita ni mengantar gambar indah viral lah, it stops there lah kah. Macam bis kita mengantar arah family, so once they open sekali, so they cannot forward lagi arah group lain. Okay. So features of view once photo ni, media will not be saved to the kita punya fotos arah gallery indah masuknya, only can be viewed once, and then you cannot forward, star, save or share photos ni or videos that were sent or received by view once media enable. So make sure you enable when you send your picture, gambar. Okay. You can only see if recipient has open view once photo or video if they have read receipt turn on. Ada yang turn on button tu lagi. So if you don't open the photo or the video tu within 14 days, the media tu will expire from the chat. Okay. So you must select the view once each time you want to send a view once photo or video. Okay, as I said tadi, you have to click on the icon number 1 atas. So view once media can be restored from backup if the message is unopened. Kalau bis kita open sudah message itu, arah backup tidak ada tu, ia akan hilang tu, automatically hilang. Okay. Okay, for web stalker, Izwana, can you open the poll? Okay, do you use WhatsApp web? Yes or no? WhatsApp web ini arah browser, bis kita open arah browser, ada kita memakai, if you ada memakai arah desktop, say yes. Kalau totally arah handphone saja, arah pakai application, then you say no. Kalau pakai browser, yes. Kalau tidak pakai browser, no. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Mostly jawab yes. Okay. Mostlynya ada pakai PC, ada pakai web lah, ada pakai desktop ke PC, laptop, everything lah yang ada browser. Ada juga yang indah pakai, so I think totally memakai handphone lah, handphone application WhatsApp lah. Okay. Okay, do you know what is web stalker? Web stalker. Okay. Okay, this is the thing about WhatsApp web. Kalau yang memakai komputer, someone can access your WhatsApp account. Okay. So this is how you can use your WhatsApp. Kalau ada yang bis kita indah tahu memakai desktop atau PC, you can open WhatsApp on your phone dulu, and then ada menu tab di sana, the 3 dots or settings, and select WhatsApp web and point your phone to this screen to capture the code, scan the code atau, and then you have access arah komputer. Okay, so anyone can access, read your WhatsApp conversation kalau bis kita open arah web browser. Tapi kalau if your phone is unlocked juga, the block, someone boleh memakai bis kita punya WhatsApp WhatsApp web code on another device So these are the thing yang bahayanya pasal WhatsApp juga. Every time you pakai WhatsApp web, don't forget to log out juga. Pasalnya bis kita sekiranya bis kita punya handphone inda berpassword, inda berlock lah ha. Actually it's unlock, macam berbuka, screennya on. So everyone boleh mengambilkan, memakai, buka WhatsApp kita, buka application lain pun boleh. So these are the risk lah memakai WhatsApp account ni. Okay, so anyone can membaca, someone can stalk you by using your phone. Okay. How to check if someone has access to your WhatsApp account? Kalau kita akan akan mencek, ada orang makai ke aku punya WhatsApp-nya? So you can go on your mobile, go to settings, ada link devices sana, and then there ada list of devices yang you have logged into WhatsApp web will be displayed. Kalau sekiranya ada yang kita in the familiar with the device, log out you can tap a device satu-satu. Macam di sini ya ada login web WhatsApp web makai Mac OS. And then katanya last active today ada, yesterday ada, different different PC. So if you want to see siapa is it your device kah, you can tap it and just log out saja. Make sure jangan di-link a device lah, pasal if you biarkan macam ni, so every time you orang membuka WhatsApp web, your WhatsApp itu terbuka tu the PC orang punya PC. Okay, so make sure check lah apa device yang ada link with your WhatsApp itu. Okay. How to check if someone has access? You remove unfamiliar devices. Tapping saja one of the OS tadi. Cuba check satu. So is it you? Kalau bukan you, just log out. Tapi make sure we advise every time after pakai WhatsApp app atau log out terus. Okay? Just log out. Okay, how to find out if someone is stalking you on WhatsApp? This one yang unintentional lah ya. Yang ada intention lah kalau family members kan mencek stalking di sekitar dari WhatsApp, dah cepat maybe if you feel someone yang suspicious saja. Okay? How to find out? You check lah siapa the person is online. Kalau bis kita online, ya online juga. And then bis kita update status, ada dibacanya, ya view, and then ya selalu komen. Ani jangan salah faham pula ani just macam yang for suspicious person sajalah. Okay? How you can find out macam ya stalking kita kah? Okay? So the person is always the first to view your status update. Okay, tapi jangan salah faham. Kadang-kadang ada macam kadang-kadang kita ni selalu klik-klik kan status, lihat status. Ada masa lihat status. Sekarang jangan kita salah faham lah kalau macam selalu orang ni ya tu yang stalker. Okay? Jangan pelan salah faham Maybe you can maybe kita ni tahu kan kalau someone ada suspicious usulnya lain usulnya. These are the ways you can check lah. Okay? Okay, unwanted messages. Okay. Every time kita ni pakai WhatsApp ni ada saja ni, ada unwanted messages macam-macam ni. Ada yang bis kita menang, apa lagi tu yang ada mari sewa bank, ada last time viral kan, ada kena antar juga. Okay, this is one of the risk lah yang kita ni receiving unwanted messages selalunya. Okay. Okay, this is one of the unwanted messages as I said tadi. Smishing messages ini is a phishing messages through SMS. Dari SMS So unfamiliar contact pretends to be someone representing a legitimate organization sometimes ask for your confidential information Macam let's say your full name, your IC number, and then your banking details, credentials, username and password, your email, anilah macam like this example-nya smishing ini. Hello, I am Muhammad from your local bank. Di sini sudah local bank katanya. Bank doesn't SMS katani, email katani. They don't selalunya maybe they katani yang approach bank, not the bank approach us. Okay. Selalunya lah kalau kita ni ada macam minta username and password ni, bank indah akan minta ni. Okay. Smishing messages ha. So spam messages juga ni ada ni last time masa yang viral lah kata ni punya WhatsApp. Mari sewa bank, dapat gaji tinggi setiap bulan. So who doesn't want dapat gaji tinggi setiap bulan kan? So ada yang kalau terdesak, maybe dia lagi mikirkan tu, di reply yang mau. Okay, dia suruh reply mahunya untuk join group banyak untung. So spam messagesnya, selalunya spam messages ni for commercial purposes pulangnya. Tapi kadang-kadang they will usually try to trick you juga untuk meminta confidential your personal information. Personal information, let's say macam bank account kita, dia minta IC, full name, address, okay? Spam messagesnya, these are the risk yang makai WhatsApp lah yang tadi selalu terima masanya. And then one of the thing juga makai WhatsApp ada misinformation, selalunya fake news. Masa COVID ini tak macam-macam yang keluar lah. So fake news or misinformation often goes viral lah, macam fotos, audio recording, video orang kena salah gunakan. So kes COVID-19-nya semakin berkurangan sudah di negara ini. Lihat-lihat saja tiket penerbangan murah. Okay, kan berlayar sudah walaupun kurang COVID. Okay, tadi belum tahu ini kesahihannya ya. Jadinya kalau bis kita in the sure macam kan buka sudah penerbangan, jangan anilah maybe you can minta verified lah from other sources jangan dia macam kan buka viral tu kena hantar ke grup tu, and then katanya indah payah pakai sungkup mukanya kalau berjalan. Okay, so ini one of the thing lah yang masa ni tadi pakai WhatsApp misinformation. And then features ada WhatsApp juga ada forwarded, yang ada group chat selalunya ada ni nampak forwarded many times, artinya viral tu tak. So actually yang forwarded many times ni, kalau forwarded, this message ni can be forwarded up to 5 kali saja, 5 chats at a time. So yang dah dapat antar banyak kali lah, meaning to say macam kali ke-6 ni antara tu, the forwarded atau will change to forwarded many times ya. So artinya viral sudah tak? Okay, so make sure kita ni jangan tak viral lah. So make sure ya kesahihannya dulu jangan pergi viral lah. Kalau yang forwarded many times ni, at least 5 forward sudah kena antara from original sendernya. Okay, we can see tu kalau sekiranya forwarded many times, okay, artinya viral sudah ni. Kena antar-antar sudah di grup chat sini ke grup chat sini, semua grup tu kena antar. Okay, okay, block and report. Okay, block and report. Okay. Okay, if you think ada suspicious contact lah macam you selalu contact kita salah gunakan bis kita lah ada apakah so you can go to contacts profile, you can scroll down ke bawah ada block contact punya button sana, you can click it. Okay, if you want to block. So if you features of block contact ini, your last seen, your update status atau any changes made to your profile photo atau ia indahkan nampak. So it's not visible to contacts you have blocked. So if you think ada orang yang suspicious tadi macam stok bis kita, block dah saja. Kalau ia ada mengacau kita lagi private message cara kita, block saja. Okay, kalau suspicious lah. And then messages, calls, status update sent by the contact, indah akan show up on your phone lah. Anything yang kalau sekiranya bis kita memblock that contact itu indah lagi dapat men-send message cara bis kita tu. Kita indah akan receive anything tu. It won't be delivered to you. Okay? Report contact. You can block and report juga. You can also block saja the contact. If you want to report the contact to WhatsApp, you can do so. Go to contacts profile and then you go to scroll down sama macam tadi, ada report contact. Okay? So what happened when you last 5 messages with the contact will be forwarded to WhatsApp. Okay? For the investigation kah tu. Okay? So the contact will not be notified lang kah yang bis kita block atau indah tahu tu. Okay? Only you know when you report a contact. If you select report and block, your chat with the contact atau will automatically be deleted. Kena delete terus tu. Okay. Group chat, do's and don'ts. Okay. Before you create a WhatsApp group, before adding someone to a WhatsApp group, always ask for the permission. Minta consent orang dulu. Boleh kinda ku add kita arah group ani. And then also check with them before sharing their contact number with anyone. Okay, you can contact dorang dulu before sharing their contact number with anyone. Pasalnya, if bis kita masuk tahara unknown group, jadi nombor kita tu akan expose sudah kan. So, bis kita pun mesti tahu lah group ini untuk apa. Unless ya family group lah, selalunya group chat sana untuk sharing material, sharing cerita, and anything lah. Sharing stories apa. So make use of group admin setting juga to prevent members from sending messages or unwanted content. Okay, make use of the group admin setting. Every time you create a WhatsApp group, ada group admin setting itu you can limit lah. Okay, you can make use of it lah. Tukar-tukar saja settingnya. And then always verify the source of any forwarded messages first before you share or forward in order to avoid spreading misinformation. So as I said tadi, verify dulu ini forwarded messages satu, jangan orang forward kita ni share lagi dengan orang forward lagi orang. Okay? Just verify the sources dulu. And then you can block kalau ada orang kena bully, block bullies and report spam messages. Okay? Kadang-kadang masa ni kanak-kanak sekolah pun kadang-kadang diorang memblok diorang membuli students atau yang through dari WhatsApp ni. Okay? Jangan you can you can limit sajalah make use of the group admin settings anilah. And then if ada pembuli, just block that contact only add familiar contacts. Okay, WhatsApp group chat. Okay, what you shouldn't do if a person wants you to stop contacting them, respect dorang punya request. Artinya dorang indah mau bis kita meng-add dorang. Jangan kontak-kontak lah dari WhatsApp artinya. So remove saja dorang dari bis kita punya address book. We should respect dorang punya request lah. Jangan dipajal macam masuk saja grup ni, masuk saja grup ni. Okay? So with the WhatsApp broadcast list feature, you can send a message to several contacts at once. And however, okay, avoid misuse this feature. Pasalnya bis kita boleh kena block je dah. Okay, so avoid misuse lah of this feature. And then do not add a person to a group if you obtain their number from unknown sources. Okay, jangan tadi masukkan ia ke dalam grup kalau sekiranya bis kita pun dah kenal ia kan, kita tahu dari orang lain. Jangan tadi masukkan, only family contact saja kita masukkan dalam your contact itu. Okay? Unless macam I know masa ni ada WhatsApp group tarik gaji something macam tu. I know orang-orangnya tu bis kita dah pelang kena, tapi I think the hostnya minta consent arah kita pelang sudah kah? So if bis kita okay, then you will be joining the group. Kalau indah okay, so jangan entahlah kita beritahu saja you don't want to be in that group. Okay? Pasal kalau indah ia akan banyak unknown numbers kan? Unless you know the person dalam group itulah. Okay? Masa ni banyak sudah macam-macam sudah dalam group chat masanya WhatsApp group So if you receive any spam messages, please do not reply. Okay, as a case study, we have video to share with you. It's a WhatsApp takeover. I'm going to show you. Last time, Bruce banyak receive this report on WhatsApp takeover. ada yang sharing code atau yang receive SMS code, tapi actually bukan bis kita yang minta that code. So kita, tapi apparently yang meminta that code itu one of your family members. Jadi kita ini kadang-kadang kalau family members, friends tadi kena salah antar kali code-nya ni. So bis kita antara orang itu kan. So this what happen lah. Macam if you share the code. Okay, I'm gonna share you the video shortly. Okay. Okay, this is WhatsApp takeover. I think masa tu ada last time for the whole week itu we receive reported on WhatsApp takeover ni. Banyaknya aku ada send this SMS code ni, WhatsApp code ni, and then bis kita antar ke orangnya, kita bagi orang yang meminta tu this is your code. Masa tu I think ada English version ada, Malay version ada, kan ada receive so ini one of the case tadilah on WhatsApp I want to share juga one of the case study last time when we bagi talk to this school, one of the student ini about pulangnya WhatsApp web tadi yang ada memakai web browser. Katanya ada one of the students approach us and she said katanya boyfriendnya tahu aktivitinya everyday daily tu bah. Everyday daily tu ia tahu apa yang ia buat, ia bahas apa masa ni, boyfriendnya tahu. So you know what happened? It's actually boyfriendnya tu open ia punya WhatsAppnya arah ia punya komputer. Okay, without logging out after use. Okay, dibukanya arah web browser laptopnya, dibukanya and then whenever this girl berwhatsapp sama orang, ia dapat baca lah tu. Okay, so make sure you log out ni and then make sure juga your phone ni jangan tadi ampai-ampaikan because if they know your PIN number, they can open and then boleh pakai WhatsApp list kita kan untuk misuse lah for misuse of WhatsApp ni. Okay, so make sure juga jangan tadi share your PIN code, everything lah jangan tadi share your password, PIN number handphone ni pun jangan tadi share because it's important lah. Kita punya data, I know your data is in your phone and then your email ada juga arah handphone, your gambar-gambar everything. So we don't want this to happen to you. So make sure jangan tah di share. Okay, last one. What can you report to Brussels? Okay. I think ada yang belum tahu apa yang patut di-report ke Bruset, apa yang tidak payah di-report ke Bruset. Okay? So if you feel your computer tu ada virus, you can contact kami juga. You can report to us. Infected computer, ada malware, ada virus, ada worm, maybe kita punya antivirus ada detect something arah computer. You can call us juga, you can report to us. And then also malicious website, kalau bis kita ada website, and then maybe kita, bukan ada malicious website, meaning to say here, if you ada access to one of this website yang malicious, okay? Kadang-kadang ada one of the website kita agak tu buatnya sana malicious. Then you can report to us, beritahu apa website yang that malicious. We can investigate from there, okay? And then also hack email account. So if you think your email account has been hacked, you can report to us. We can assist you lah, okay? We can assist you as best as we can lah. And then just provide us the details, any details atau screenshot you can share with us. And then also phishing. So if kita kena fish dia macam, if you think that person atau menipu, kan mengambil data kita. Last time banyak yang reported to Bruset juga about this phishing, macam dia mengantar duit balik-balik sudah, tapi barangnya indah datang-datang, and then suddenly kena minta teks dia. This is the way the attackers ni kan minta duit ke Tanina. So make sure anulah, you can report to us. Okay, you can report to Bruset, and Bruset will give, basically Bruset team will give the recommendation lah to bis kita. And then also okay, phishing ni is actually it's a trick lang na, a trick into revealing private information. Tani punya private personal information. Okay, the way attacker can get tani punya personal information ni dari phishing. Okay, your password, credit card number, and then they usually ni phishing ni selalunya dari email. You usually apa namanya receive email, phishing email ni selalunya suruhnya click on the link kadang-kadang. So claiming to be from reputable company. Okay. So business email compromise, ani I'm not so sure pula, ada guarantee ada yang berapa familiar with this term. Business email compromise ni is actually scam juga macam phishing, email scam targeting company. Selalunya yang menarget the company yang apa namanya with targeting companies by spoofing the email account of high level employees, macam pretending to be the CEO, and then ia beritahunya suruh transfer fund sekian berapa ribu to my accountnya. And then sometimes ia selalunya email to finance bilangnya, kiranya from CEO meng-email to this finance team, nya can you send me this fund nya sekian berapa. Sebenarnya it's not from the CEO itself, sebenarnya someone memakai that email saja. Tapi sebenarnya spoofing saja that email, ia bukannya masukkan password email the CEO. Sebenarnya ia tidak menghack that email, ia cuma memakai email address satu saja. Okay, business email compromise. And then social media juga, kalau ada social media macam like cyberbully, you can report to Bruset juga. We will give you anulah apa namanya recommendation, anything yang relate to apa namanya social media. Cyberbully masanya orang membuli pun through WhatsApp sudah, through apa namanya Instagram masanya banyak jual. So you can report to Bruset juga. Okay, we can give recommendation lah, we can assist you through di sana. Also website defacement, kalau bis kita encounter macam kan mengagar this website, sampai kali website atau apa namanya bertukar tiap, like macam contohnya lah macam kita agak shopping.com, sekali keluar tak gambar lain dari shopping.com. apa namanya website defacement. So you can report to us. We will contact that that website atau beritahu yang dorang ni kena deface the website. Okay. So also denial of service kalau sekiranya one of the website atau bis kita indah dapat akses unavailable tiap. Okay, unavailable tiap. So it means ada DOS di sana, denial of service. So you can report to us juga. Malicious attack, making a website temporarily unavailable. Okay, down that website. So it's DOS attack artinya. So you can share with us lah. You can report to Brussels, and we can maybe we can contact the administrator and then to investigate anything. Okay. Okay. How can you report a cyber security incident? You can this is how you can contact us. You can email juara kami reporting@brussels.org.bn, and we will insyaallah we will replying you terus after that. Maybe within 24 hours lah, give us time lah to reply. Tapi as soon that we receive pun kami reply terus ke email. Okay. And then you can contact us juga at 245-8001. You can contact us at this number. 24 hoursnya you can contact juga. We have our shift team juga, Brussels team yang working 24 hours sana. I mean shift teams lah ka. So you can contact. You can maybe in the moment email you want to fast reply lah tu. So you can contact us juga. And then kalau ada bis kita yang malu-malukan menelefon, you can WhatsApp juga. We have a WhatsApp Brussels WhatsApp at 717-0766. Okay. Just make sure you contact this number. Okay, you email us. Inshallah we will reply you as soon as we can. Okay. Masa ni almost every day we receive pulang cyber security incident pulang terutamanya scam, phishing, banyak penipuan sebenarnya masa ni yang kena report to us. And then from social media, Facebook, Instagram ada yang kena kacau, kena salah gunaan profile picture-nya, adanya we receive every day pulang cyber security incident masa ni. So kalau for social media usually we give recommendation. We don't really pulang investigate further pasalnya we don't have the rights pulang for social media. We only maybe the only thing that we can provide you is you to report to that respective social media macam sekiranya Facebook, bis kita kena contact dari Facebook, so maybe you can block, you can report to Facebook. Kalau from Instagram, report to Instagram.